in the sky. Yeah, we ready to go. Red light on, mic check, one shot. Spin that dial, feel the floor, get hot. Late night waves through the static of your phone. Say my name like you're bringing me home.
Turn it up, just a little bit higher. A vocal cuts, riding on the wire. Air in my lungs, but the beat takes over. We're hanging on the edge of the drop of the moment.
Coley Ufo Snx, let it go from the ground to the glow.
We're the hit they know.
Coley Ufo, say the name, let them know. Every crowd, every show.
We go. You say Coley, I say UFO. Crowd Coley, UFO. You say SNX, I say radio. Crowd SNX.
Radio! Kick back, rewind, we collide on the beat. Old school snap with the sweat and the heat. Skate shoe snapbacks, hands on the air raid. Rock wrist cut through the smoke and the strobe haze.
Turn it up, feel it claw through the ceiling. A vocal chops like the pulse of your feelings. Air in my lungs, but the bass takes over. We're hanging on the edge of the drop of the moment.
Coley Ufo Snx, let it go from the ground to the glow.
We go.
Coley Ufo, say the name, let them know. Every crowd, every show.
We go. You say Coley, I say UFO. Crowd Coley, UFO. You say SNX, I say radio. Crowd SNX,
Radio! Hands to the left, hands to the right. Wait for the show that's light in the night. From the first kick drum to the last echo. We're the spark, we're the roar, we're the name they know. We go! Coley Ufo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, also known as ColeyUFO, and I officially have a new setup, so I'm pretty excited about that. I had an unfortunate series of events, I guess you could say. It ended up with the cat tipping water and frying my MacBook Pro, me having a meltdown over it. But my kiddo came through. He was actually did the sweetest possible thing. He came home with a setup, but it was not just any setup. He said this was performance because he's a gamer. So he wanted to make sure, not that I probably should know the difference, but not that I do. But he totally, and then he even got me a Bluetooth mouse, which I was like, I was so moved. So I did not have to take any more time off. We can bring it back, but that's kind of what was going on. And it was just like the worst timing ever, but why wouldn't it be, right? Why wouldn't it be? So it's great to see everybody here. And I'll be able to reconnect with, I still am not getting into all of my social media accounts because I have to go through and do all of that stuff. You know, the fun part of getting everything switched over. So, but yeah, we're gonna go from there. So, hey, Pops, it's great to see you. And for those of you who don't know, we have, because it is Friday, we have one of our very own ground crew members on SNX Radio, and you guys know her as Elora. So hopefully I said that correct. I will ask her when she comes out. But yeah, she's absolutely wonderful. And you know what? I guess since she knows everybody, it kind of seems silly to go through chat without her on. So why don't I bring you on? And then so this is kind of silly because you know everybody in chat to do this, so everybody can meet you as well. Get to know you. I said it's kind of talking behind stage. I said it's so different when you get to see somebody and versus just like chatting with them, because you get to know people pretty well, but it's always nice to put a face to the name. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go through chat as I normally do, as but are you able to hear me okay? I just wanted to check your audio really quickly also.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And did I say your name right?
Eloria.
Did I say Eloria right? We've been working on this.
You said Elora.
Oh no, I did. Oh gosh. You see, and then this is the worst part, is once I ask you, it's gonna take me, because now I think, and I'll double guess it every time, and I'll go, okay, so it's Eloria, right?
Hey, you can just call me E if you want.
See, that's what from Midwest Night Watchers, Garrel. I finally know how to say it, but that's why I call him G, because I
Oh, okay.
mispronounced it. So I'll call you E. That works for me. That's
Okay.
funny. Yeah. So I'm just going to go through and say hello. Everybody's here. It's great to see all the love and support. We got Amy. Amy, and thank you so much for dropping those links, girl. I really appreciate it. Standing Stones. Moon at Noon is in the house. Hey, Moon. Everybody's, aren't they great? This is like the best chat ever. I guess I don't have to tell you, but we have Area 51. He's the one that kicked it off last Friday. So if you guys have not seen his episode, and I definitely encourage you to go over there and check it out. Werewolf, he's going to be on the following Friday. So you're number 2 of the brave souls from the chat to come on. But yeah, so Werewolf will be next Friday, which is great. And let me see here. I saw it going. I have Benno. It's great to see you, Benno. Roger Holler. Hey, Roger. It's like I gotta just like maybe adjust this. I'm so used to everything that is a little, but I'm not complaining because this is way better. So hey, Kurt W75, Andrew, nice to see you. Nice to see you. And I know we got more people in here. Man, you have everybody out here to. I said, there's no need to even be a bit nervous. Just pretend like you're having a conversation. It's like a conversation with friends up here.
Yes.
What's that?
I said
Is that what
yes.
you're? Oh yes, it's DJ Felony. Great to see you from over on X. Definitely a lot going on over there, and I see. Yes, I don't want to miss anybody. Going down pretty quickly. But yeah, William Nighthawk, it's nice to see you. And Jay, nice to see you from the Jay Michaels show. And if we missed you, not we, I guess, if I missed you, I'll catch up with you in chat. So it's great to see everybody and welcome. And so tonight we have a special treat, and we have E, who I'll call her since something's wrong with I'm telling you, I knew as soon as there's a couple of the people that it happened to, and I'm like, I'll sit there and I will question, and I will end up saying it wrong no matter what. So thank you for giving that to me. And Amy says you're going to be great.
She sent me some encouraging words earlier when I needed it the most. So I thank you, Amy. Shout out. Hello.
Oh, Amy's wonderful. And PNW Rush, if you guys have not, go over to his channel. And I saw Roger Holler at the Untold Network. Anybody, I saw those 2 channels. Definitely, if you have not subscribed, William Nighthawk has a great channel. Go over and definitely subscribe as well. But yes, that's Amy's great like that. I see her and the way that she really does like have a way. I said, you lift people up, she doesn't bring them down. She's always uplifting. I really appreciate that about her. So that was nice. She reached out, gave you Were you feeling a little nervous about coming on?
Yes and no. But now I'm kind of okay, so
Yeah, no, you're
I have to
fine.
be, huh?
Well, you're in this far. No, just it really is. I remember going back when I first started, and oh boy, I'd be like, man, there was some pep talks sometimes. I was like, you just, and then finally you push yourself, you do it, and now it's like second nature, but easier said than done. It took a long time to get there, and you're doing absolutely great. So why don't you tell people a little bit like about your background in the paranormal, about some of the things that we were talking about behind stage.
Okay. Well, I believe it's maybe started with a Ouija board, with not my doings. And I got a friend coming in.
Oh, the cat. You
Yeah,
don't have a glass of water near you, do you?
I have no, I have a electrolytes Gatorade.
Oh no, I'm joking because of the cat with my
Oh,
computer.
no.
Oof.
She does this when I get on the phone. Even my friends can attest to that.
Oh,
They'll
yeah, no,
hear
they
her.
like attention.
Her name is Miss Stevie, as in Stevie Nicks, my
Oh,
favorite female artist.
really? Stevie
Mm-hmm.
Nicks. That's a good
Name's
one.
Stevie. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute. Is that the only cat you have?
Yes.
Oh, so she definitely wants all your time, huh?
Mm-hmm. Only on her time, though.
No, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
Orange cats are pretty much different than most cats.
Let's say that
They're
again.
unique. Orange cats
Oh,
are
yes.
unique.
Yes. Yeah, they have a personality. This cat that my cousin has is an orange, like, it seems like it really has some spunk to it. He's like, he is into trouble 24/7.
Well, I just found out she was bumping into things, and she finally, they at the vet they said she was blind. So it's just been in a
Oh,
year's time that she just became that.
blind?
Yeah, she's blind,
Oh,
but
that's
she's
terrible.
lived here long enough to, navigate around.
That's yeah. Well, I think of their whiskers a lot of times, aren't they a big sensory for them?
Yeah,
Definitely. Well, and so the cat that you had a picture of, so you really seem to be connected to cats, huh?
yeah, they're
You know,
my absolute favorite. Even though I've had turtles and guinea pigs and other dogs and cats and hamsters, and I even had a snapping turtle I got.
oh,
It was a little
ooh,
baby. And here she comes again.
oh yeah. They definitely like the attention. I had a couple of cats. I almost was glad I said, man, one really needed a friend. Otherwise he was just into everything nonstop. He was a stinker, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about, so you grew up, you said, with a Ouija board. We kind of talked about that. The old school Ouija boards, like the wooden
Yeah.
ones with the glass pamphlet. Oh,
Yeah.
I will never forget that Ouija board.
Well, it was my mom had gotten a Ouija board after her brother passed away. My uncle was before I was born, to try to communicate because she was spiritual like that.
Mhm.
And I cannot remember it not being in my young life. And she played it with people that came over, and I think she even played it by herself, if I remember correctly. And it just
I believe it with
started
that thing. That thing was, oof.
well, back in the 60s and 70s, they all thought it was just a game. I'm sure my mom did. I don't know exactly, but
I don't think they started well, I don't know, my grandma had seances, but I don't think they took it I think it was more like a recreational activity back then,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. It wasn't maybe I remember them having seances probably, and they would all meet at one another's house, and it wasn't just that, it was kind of like an event where they had food, and I don't know, maybe it was something they did back then. But I just remember my grandma took the glass out of it because shouldn't even laugh about this, but the table levitated.
Wow.
And and so, yeah, and then I told you, like, when we were there, all of a sudden, me and my cousin were young, and we heard this bang, and then looked, and every single and she had a pretty big, like, kitchen, and every cupboard, like, wooden cupboard was open. We're like, "Okay, it's time to get out of here." Like, yeah, I firmly believe those there was something definitely with those, and especially that glass, like, that
Yeah.
pamphlet that it had in there, definitely.
Well, that came out eventually. I think it broke or something, but she still used it when she could.
Sure.
My brother, or
Do
not
you
my brother,
remember, like so she probably was really desperate to talk to your brother, huh?
my uncle. Yeah, that was her
Oh,
brother.
then your uncle, her brother, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I could understand, like, how, you know how old
Yeah.
was how old was, she when he like, I guess how old were they when he passed, and
She
how old was
was,
she?
I think, in his 20s, and she was younger because she was born in, I think, 39, and he was just a little bit older, and he got killed uptown here on the railroad tracks because the railroad lights was flashing. And sometimes there was a train coming, and sometimes there wasn't. People just went over the railroad track sometimes without even looking. Even
Wow.
doing that when I was up in high school, it was doing that, but I would slow down and make sure there wasn't a train coming. I don't think they ever stopped until they took the railroad out of there.
I have my buddy, well, he's gone now, but back in the day, our buddy, like, fell in front of the train. I mean, it took his legs, like, right off, and he
Oh
stayed I mean,
gosh.
he was so close. Sometimes they just kind of sometimes it's like they come out of nowhere almost, you know? That's tragic that that happened.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't imagine so she would have probably been, like, just a year or 2 younger than him. Was she in high school
Yeah.
or just so
About.
I
He
can't
passed away before I was born.
oh, yeah. But that I could see why she would want, some communication or try and have communication. That's a I mean, and especially suddenly like that.
Yeah.
She's gotta be I mean, she had to be left with so many questions.
Yeah, freak accident, and a guy I went to school with got drugged out in the country, but he survived. He showed me his scars later on, and that was awful. There's been several people been hit up there, but
Yeah.
I
Wow.
only know one person that got killed, which was my uncle.
Wow. So do you think your mom ever do you remember her, like, where she thought for sure she opened a line of communication with him?
I'm not certain on that because my mom was more of a quiet person, and I used to be until I got older. Um, we never talked much about that. But I was never ridiculed for the things I've seen and told them about it because they have seen something or have um, heard something. So I don't know, my aunt's house was right catty cornered from ours, and she was, let's see, that house was haunted. That's where I've seen a couple things. I seen a floating head there.
Really? What did it look
It,
like?
it went so I knew I was gonna get screwed up with my words. It went
No
by so
worries.
fast that, I couldn't make any details.
When you saw it, was it like when I see them, it's like like a smoke, like a thick smoke almost. Like you know you can put your hand through it. Some people, everybody sees them kind of different. Was it like more like it looked like my head, like if it was a disembodied head or something, or do you think
Hmm.
it would look more, like ghost? I guess
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
was
how to.
the picture I sent you of my spirit cat. I've
Yeah,
seen her like that in the darkest rooms, and the head was kind of colored like that, like a
yeah.
transparent.
Okay, yeah, that's how I see them. It's like I know, I mean, it's obviously not transparent enough where I can't, but I know that I could go reach my hand through it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to thank
What?
Amy so much. Amy gifted a membership. Thank you, Amy, and welcome to the new SNX ground crew
Yeah,
member,
she's a
whoever that may
sweetheart.
be. Oh, I know she really is. Gosh, I yeah, like I said, somebody who's always lifting somebody up.
Yeah,
That's
she is.
I see that all the time in her. That's awesome. Yeah, we got some real great people. I mean, like Moon at Noon, like I mean, everybody in chat is absolutely like they become family. It's like
Yes.
you get to know everybody, and like I look forward to werewolves coming on. I'm really excited to have this Friday to get to know like our chat, like people who are there all the time. So it'll be nice. It kind of makes you feel closer. Even though we're,
Yeah.
in 2 separate places, it still makes you feel closer to somebody.
Yeah, I feel comfortable in this chat room and BMR's than any other chat room.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's where you would like, when you find those places, it's like it's so much fun. When I go and I call it chat hopping. I'm like, oh, I'll find people. Where are we going next? And it's fun when you see, like it just like the vibe of everybody or your people are in there. It's a lot of fun.
And Paul too, he's good. I like
Oh
his
yeah.
things that he does.
Paul's funny. He
Yeah.
he cracks me up. He's never a dull moment with Paul. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
that knowing that background, like when you say like, so you see a head going past, where's this at? Is this in the house that the Ouija board was in, or is this in a
No, it
different
was in
location?
my aunt's house, um,
Oh, okay.
catty cornered from me where she has heard stuff. I don't know if she's seen any stuff, which all the my people that is close to me has passed on now, so I don't have nobody to ask or anything. That's sad, really. But
But
my mom was a nurse and she was working midnights, and I was spending the night at my aunt's, and I seen this. Well, she had woken me up. I was sleeping on her arm. She's woke me up to say, get off my arm. You're hurting it. Well, there she fell back to sleep, and next thing I know, I seen this lady, and this was in her house. Seen this lady come floating around from, like, I guess the stairs into her bedroom, and she looked down at me and poked me on my shoulder and says, "Honey, get off of her arm. You're hurting her." And and then she just looked at me like I was the most precious thing in the world because I was just little. I don't know how old I was. 8, maybe 5. I don't know. I just remember it's imprinted in my brain.
oh yeah.
And she looked at me, turned around, and went back the way she came. And the next day, I told my mom and her mom, and I told her what she looked like. She was in a dress. She didn't have no legs. She floated, and which I'm assuming that means what I've read in books. That means she is crossed over. She wasn't a ghost. Like you can see a ghost like from head to toe, but you couldn't see
Hmm.
her legs. And I told them the next day about it, and they said that sounds like your grandma's mother or great grandmother. or her great grandmother, and don't know which one because I'd have to ask, and they're not here. So, um, stop it.
I was like, thank you so much, Benno. Yeah.
Thank you.
That is so sweet.
And let's see. And she goes, "That sounds like your great grandmother, or it was her great mother or her great grandmother, but she was full blooded Blackfoot, and she had dark hair. She had long dark hair, and in some kind of light colored clothes, and her tail from her back just floated down like a bride's veil would, and to a point, and she just floated on out and around the corner." Are you muted?
No, I said I was thinking that wow, that's
Oh,
that's intense. That's very
yeah.
intense. How did you
So,
handle it?
at that time, it didn't scare me because, I was more connected to the world, back in when I was younger and the spiritual world than I am growing up. And then now that I'm getting older, seems like it's coming back. So go figure.
No, that's not abnormal. Sometimes I noticed it was really weird because I had gone so much from paranormal and I grew up seeing spirits. I grew up seeing it was like my everyday life. But when ET, it kind of cut part of that off. Or I don't know if it was maybe my focus or going in, I don't know exactly why, but it does seem like people I've heard that before too about other things. You kind of go through periods of maybe it's I don't know, growth, adjustment. It happens. I had somebody like they called me and they're like, she's like, I literally she thought she did something wrong, maybe. And I was like, I don't think it works like that, but I don't know. So I've heard of that happening before. How long
Hmm.
did it take you to regain it?
Um, well, probably after my feline that I was so close to died, passed away. I took care of her until the end. I had to take her to the pot, and before bed and after bed, she slept with me, and she woke me up when she was dying by thrashing, which I know bodies do that because I worked in a nursing facility and seen a lot. I never wanted to go into nursing, but my friend talked me into it, and then she cut out. And there I stayed for 23 years working in a nursing facility as a QMA, which is a
Oh,
qualified medicine assistant. I started off as a CNA, but I worked my way up to QMA.
that's awesome. Did you like it for the most part, or was it? I mean,
Well, every nursing home has its ups and downs, but it was a good nursing home that I worked at.
that's awesome. Yeah, it really it all depends. Like my
Yeah.
grandmother, we found a good one, but I mean, there were definitely a broad range of you kind of never knew what we were going into next, and to it, like just how they kept up with it, and it's not easy. That's not an easy job. I give you a lot of credit because we need good people in there to take care. I was glad that we had found the place we did with my grandmother, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
my
lot.
mother was in there. I put my mom in Albany nursing home, which that was a good place too. And she died right before COVID because they shut the nursing home down and wouldn't let people come and see him. So
Oh
I was kind
yeah,
of glad at that, even though I miss her.
you're glad oh gosh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess they let
Well,
him come to the windows to see the people. I wouldn't like that.
yeah.
So
No. Mm-mm. No, I was running for city council at the time and they had just shut it down. the scoundrels, when people are running for office, but this is exactly the reason why. I said stuff like that. The window, I said, if my grandmother were alive, she would have driven her car through the front window. Like my grandmother's like, there would have been no stop. They wouldn't have gotten by with this. I feel like if that older generation were still around, but man, that would, the isolation alone, that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it was tough on the like majority of the people, let alone, really
Right.
was.
I mean, some of them that had like Alzheimer's
Mhm.
or dementia, they wondered why, their family wouldn't come, and
Yeah, they don't understand that. I
no.
had my buddy, his mother-in-law went in for normal ankle surgery, never came back out. They took him like 3 months to get their stuff. Like I had, I'm the one that, I unmasked DBQ is what I started. It's just the grassroots movement that I felt like the laws, like stuff like this was going too far. And it was just about everybody having a choice. And it really, oh gosh, it really did break my heart. I did see some of the stuff that went on, and I'm like, man, the isolation alone. And I taught swim lessons with kids, so I would just see like these kids, and I could tell who was who because they couldn't, like normally they'd be able to swim across the pool. They would have all these energy, and kids were having anxiety attacks, stuff like I hadn't seen before. And I was a children's therapist at that, so it definitely had it, that's a hard thing. So what happened with her? So she passed away before the COVID or during the COVID? Is that what you say?
She passed away right before 2019 in December, and then COVID happened, and in the spring or so.
Yeah.
So it was probably going around way before then.
Yeah, it really was before.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody I roller skate, and everybody I roller skated with, they're like, "You're the one that had it," because I was right before any of it. I had the worst. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But with my son, we always got influenza A and B and AB like every year at the school. He was like a germ phobic, bringing him on home. But it was good for I felt immunity. That's just kind of how I was. But
Yeah. I
yeah.
let's see. What was my next point? Scatterbrained. Um,
So
Go
you
ahead,
lost
Coley.
your mom during, I was just gonna say you lost your mom, and then all this lockdown and stuff happened in the
Yeah,
meantime,
well, I
right? Is
didn't
that
catch
correct?
COVID. I stayed away from it, so I've never had it, and I'm
I've
glad
never
I've
had
never
either.
had it. And I
Yeah.
wore the mask like they said, and back in the day.
I I just couldn't do it. I felt like somebody was suffocating me. But I thought that everybody should have their own choice. I would never ever be ridiculed or ridicule somebody who wore one. I just didn't, I couldn't do it. When you have
Yeah,
an allergy, it was like, yeah, I just couldn't do it.
yeah, I have allergies, but
Oh,
yeah, it's hard to breathe in even.
yes. I worked at the pool and people were jumping in the pool. One lady had two of them on, and she dove into the pool wearing them, and we're like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah. I was people. That was just. It's too bad because that seems when like a lot of division and isolation and things started to happen that shouldn't have. But yeah, so in going through that with your mom, have you had has she come back and tried to contact you at all? Or do you feel
Um, I told her before she passed, I said, "You can come in my dreams, but don't come in where I have to see you. I can handle looking at a past cat, but a person would probably scare the heck out of me."
is
If
especially, yeah, especially her. So should we bring the picture of the cat out and we can show everybody? Why don't you give them a little bit of a background on the cat, cuz they can see obviously how connected to animals and cats you are,
Well,
and
she was
paranormal.
my soul cat, really. I mean, I have one now, but I love her, but the other one I'm connected to, and her name was Cheyenne. She died in 2008, and she was sick, and I took care of her as she passed. And I had moved about a year after she passed, and I moved where I am now. And automatically, I started hearing her bell. This one don't have I don't have no collar on her or a bell, because if I want to hear a bell, I want to make sure I'm listening to her instead of the one I have now. And I hear her bell. That's how it started. Heard her bell all the time. And then I heard she'd jump on the bed. I'd feel that. She'd walk across my feet. I've heard her purring in my ear. Um,
Aw.
she was even kneading my back or my shoulder. I felt her kneading. That was the coolest thing I think I've ever felt from her, and I just started crying right away
Aw. She's very
because I still
connected to
miss
you.
her. Yeah, I still think of her every day, even though it's been years.
Oh, you do. I have my little Sophia, and I'm telling you, my little Chihuahua. I had her for 17 years. There's not a day you just have that. Um, so you said that too, that you had felt her come before you were able to get this kind of leading up to the picture, and that friends have experienced it too, where they've seen her.
Yeah, my friend's been over and they've seen her. Like one time and with my cat now, I was sitting across the way over there, and my friend was sitting where I am, and I seen her coming out of the bedroom, and I looked, and then of course, out of your peripheral vision, you don't, that's all I seen her. And I said, "Where's she at?" Talking about to my friend about my other cat. She goes, "Well, she's over there looking where you was looking." I said, "Okay,
Wow.
that you just told me all. I know it now." Because I've never really thought I was crazy for seeing things because I never got ridiculed. My family never did that, and I'm so happy they didn't.
I think
'Cause
it's
it's hard
because
to tell
it
'em.
ran in the it usually runs in your family line. And you said that you're part Native American, or you have full-blooded Native American in your
Well, I
lineage?
wouldn't call myself full-blooded, but yeah, I have Native American in me.
Yeah. Do you have, or do you have the Irish?
I would say yes, because my last name is Neely, so I'm guessing that's Irish or Scottish somewhere along the
Scottish
line.
or something like
And
the
I got
European?
German in me.
Well, yeah, but the Native American's huge for sight, it seems like, and usually I find the big area for sight is, that's why I asked. Mine comes from Irish. Cahill was, so my mom, her side of the family was full-blooded Irish,
No, it could have
I
been
know of.
McNeely, then my last name could have been McNeely, and
Mm.
to shorten it, they probably cut it off.
Yeah, 'cause that's what they did with hers too.
You know,
It was,
I never
yeah,
really checked back into my DNA or anything like that about it.
I won't either. My sister did. I thought, "Oh boy," but there's no way I would. Nope. Just for different reasons, but yeah, that I don't. Some people, I mean, I don't know if I trust them. I just don't trust the government at all. So I'm like the
No, I
last
don't
person.
either.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a healthy distrust to have until you got to build trust. We were always
Right.
taught, I think, too much like authority. You don't question authority, and I'm like, you know, and that at one time that I always thought absolutely you question authority, you question, because that's how they get by with so much of it. But yeah, you think back, man, different times sometimes, but
Yeah.
definitely better aware. Definitely better aware. So the cat then, should we go ahead and pull the picture up and you can kind of
Yeah, I
explain?
caught her
I
on
thought it
the
was pretty
picture
cool.
by accident.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull it up. So, do you want to explain to them what we're looking at?
Okay, in the right bottom is brown. That's my slipper. And she is right, like curled up in like a loaf, facing me. And Coley mentioned it. I could see, she said, I could see her eye. And that never even caught my attention. And her ears, that her ears, you can see both of her ears and you can see her stripes that was on her head. And she's like a loaf
So
facing me.
the what I thought kind of looked like a tail that's clipping that corner. She's right next to that. If you look up, I can see like the nose, the eye. I'm like, it's like she's off to the side, correct?
Yeah, that's the way I see it. When I showed
That's
my
yeah.
friend, I said, I got a picture to show you. And I said, you got to pull it up. And she pulled it up, and all she could say was WTF, but not the other words. She goes, what the heck? And I said, I know. She'd never seen something like that. Neither have I. Matter of fact, I've never caught anything. And I caught that picture in here where I live now.
Oh wow. Did you feel like she was there or anything? I'm trying to put a background so you can see it better. Um,
It,
have
her,
you ever sensed her around before?
the matter of fact, I didn't even know. I didn't even feel her then that day I took the picture. And I was taking the picture of the TV so I could show my friend something that I don't know what it was, but I wanted to show her something. And I got to looking at my picture and pulled it up, and I thought, oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that picture. I love knowing she's around.
Oh yeah, I bet that's comforting to you, huh?
Yeah.
Like absolutely. And you said that when's the last time that you felt her close
It's been a
by?
while.
Probably miss her then, huh? I'm just pulling this
Yeah.
down. There we
But
go.
she she generally comes to me when she knows that I'm down or something and needs a little boost.
Oh yeah, of course. That's how intuitive they are. And it seems like you're just really connected, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And
Yeah.
then oh go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's absolutely amazing that you have the connection, even though she's gone, you still have that, a lot of people don't get that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about sight in your family, like if you knew of any other individuals in your family that could see spirits.
Actually, my mom said she talked to a spirit, what she thought was a spirit, because when she said she asked where that lady lived, and she goes, well, I live over there. And what she was pointing at was a vacant lot. And mom, after that, she thought, well, I must have been talking to a spirit.
Yeah, I would imagine. Do you know if your aunt has any like abilities?
Yeah, she worked at 3M, and she worked midnights, and she would come home and hear these, what she said, like two witches cackling and laughing. And she's trying to get some sleep, and she cussed them out. And so next thing she knows, she's never seen him or heard him again. I don't know if she's ever seen him. I just think but my one cousin,
I bet she would. I bet she has.
maybe, but she just didn't tell me.
A lot of
Mm,
times that really wasn't, because you didn't wanna scare kids back then. It was kinda thought I always wonder. I've heard that quite a few times where parents have withheld that information.
yeah.
And I'm
But
sure oh, go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did any of them get into like the cards or any other aspect? I know that they were
No,
into.
no.
It was
My
mostly like,
mom, as far as I know, she's the only one that messed with the Ouija board.
yeah. Would you like to know now? Is your aunt still living or is she
No,
deceased?
none of them are. Not
Probably.
even the cousin I was close to, which would have been her daughter. They're all gone on that side.
Yeah, so you can smell, I always regret sometimes, like with my grandmother, I'm like, man, I should have asked that question, and while she was
Yeah.
here. But you don't think about it until. That's
Mom was
awesome.
never much a talker, though.
No,
No,
sh- a
but the
lot of
next
people. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, but the next incident scared me where I was frozen in fear.
What incident is that? I
And
just have
that
to. I'm
was,
gonna get a. I'm just turning my camera. I'm still here, still listening. I just have to go grab a bottle of water real quick. But I have my
okay.
headset on. But just continue. Just know that I'm still
Okay, I'm
here.
going to take a drink. Bless it. My shirt keeps coming down. Um, this was at my mom's, and she had called me in. I think I was about 8, maybe. She had called me in to go get ready for bed. I don't know if it was a school night or what, but and I said, "Well, I think I left some toys outside." So I went out. Well, she finally let me go out and get them because she was hesitating. I went out there, and I was looking around on the ground for, I think, little farm animals, and I seen it was about I was probably about 5, 6 feet away from the door, and right in front of me, what on the ground, crawling, was a hand. Well, I considered a hand at the time, and I froze, and I could feel my body trying to move to take off running, but it just wouldn't move. And about 2 or 3 times that happened. Finally, it let loose, and I took off. The time I hit that threshold of the door, I was bawling, hyperventilating, um, getting one word out at a time. I couldn't even talk a sentence. And all I could say was a hand out there on the ground. Well, whatever mom got, she went out, and I said, "No, don't go out there. I'll get you." But that hand, now that I look back on it, that wasn't a human hand that I seen. It was the color of it was a smoky gray, and it had 3 digits. The first three, like it was made like that. There was no thumb and no pinky, and it was crawling real slow like a tarantula would crawl. And on the tips of the where the nails was um sharp nails, and they was charcoal gray. And I was frozen. That I seen it, and the where the wrist would have been was pointed into the ground, and it was crawling real slowly, and that scared the bejesus out of me. And I couldn't even talk. Getting well, that was so awful. And let's see, I don't know if anyone has ever seen a silhouette picture like of a werewolf hand, but without the pinky and the thumb. That's what it kind of looked like. The fingers was bony and knobby, and I mean that's imprinted in my brain too. And that happened back when I was 8 years old. And I was born in the 60s. So that was the scariest one that's ever happened to me through my years of living. And the next incident is that I was a teenager, and I had my whole block and a half north and south was all boys, so I grew up boyish. That's all I had to hang out with was boys in my neighborhood, and we would go down to the creek and they'd catch crawdads and just crazy stuff like that. I rode my bike to the next town in the same county. I rode my bike to the next county with the neighbor boy, and he showed me. We rode out there where he used to live in the other county. Came back. I wouldn't do that now, not knowing what's out there. But we had seen this. We was uptown, and we had seen this lady on the ground. She was on all fours, looking down at the grass, and his name, he's gone now, but his name was Race. And we thought we better go ask her if she needs some help. So we was walking that way, and the whole time we was walking that way, we kept asking her, "Do you need help? Can we get you anybody?" And she just kept looking down at the ground. And the more closer we got, that's all we kept saying, "Can we get you anybody? Can we get you some help?" And then all of a sudden, she started turning her head up real slowly. That was eerie in itself. And when she did that, she didn't say a word. And next thing I know, he takes off running. And so I don't know what he's running about, but I took off running too. And I said, "I think we need to go back down there and see if she needs any help." And he said the same thing, but when he seen it, he seen something way different than what I see. And he we went down there, and she wasn't down there anymore. She was gone. So I don't know if it was an apparition or a ghost or what it was. But shortly after he ran and I ran after him, we went back to see if she needed help, and she wasn't down there. But he said he seen when she raised her expression on her face was so eerie. That's all I seen. It looked menacing like. But he said he seen fire coming out of her eyes and mouth. That's why he took off running. Well, I didn't see that. And I'm just wondering if that wasn't a premonition for him, because later on in life, when he was 19, he took his own life. And I was just out to the graveyard today looking at his gravestone. But that was eerie. And Coley left me. Let's see what else. My friend, he said he used to see the one that passed away, he used to see when he described it, it was little men. Maybe they was little aliens, I don't know. Would sit around his bed every night watching him sleep. What's that? So I don't know. I think he was just a troubled young man, because I had moved out in the country by then, and he was left, in town after I got a job, and I moved out and got my own place. I don't know what. I know his family, most of them are all gone too. Anybody got any questions? No questions? Yeah, when he did that to himself, it killed me big time. It's sad. But my mom and her mom was a nurse, and well, the only thing that happened over there where I used to work, well, one of the nurses had seen a Grim Reaper walk out of somebody's room, and about a couple of days later, he passed away. I believed her, but she don't talk, she don't talk like that. And the only thing that I felt there, because I don't think that nursing home was haunted, like some are, but I was putting this guy, getting him ready for bed, helping him, and the radio came on, and the next thing I knew, I was looking around to see if we was touching the table or anything, and that bed was far from the table, and you could cut the air with a knife. And after I got him in bed and walked up to the station, I said, "Does anybody feel different in here? The air's so thick?" And I don't know if they said it just to please me or not, but they said, "Yeah, we can feel it." You hear my cat, she's meowing. Yeah, I know, Ball State. Well, I live in a small town in central Indiana, near Muncie, Indiana, which if anybody that knows Muncie, Indiana, but it wasn't filmed there, but it started there, of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's where they lived, in the show in Muncie, Indiana, and I'm about 15 minutes from there. And
I
I'm
am so
also
sorry for
what
leaving you
happened?
out. Yeah, I got, oh my God, really flushed. I was like, I needed to go get something to drink water. And I got sick, and I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know if it was just kind of it's really hot out today and humid today. So it was like the worst timing ever. I was like, I've never had anything like that happen. So I'm like, I was so glad that you're still on. So this is
Well, I
amazing. But I
kept
was like,
talking.
thank God. Yeah. Oh, yeah, instantly I just got really flushed. I was like, I better go get something to drink, some
No
water.
kidding.
And that's what happened. Whew.
She's wanting my attention again.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah, only on
So
her
what did I
time though.
miss?
Oh, you didn't hear anything of it?
No, I was somebody said maybe I have a dark entity that yeah, I don't know. I literally got off and was like I had the flu. I thought I had the flu for a second. That's what it definitely seemed like, but I
Maybe it's
got real
from the
sick to my
Ouija
stomach.
board we talked about.
I don't know. that's why I was like, I need to go get a drink of water, which is not usually like me. But I got real hot, real flushed. Like I just felt like my face was like, and
Do you
then
still feel that
I
way?
got sick. No, not it kind of then dissipated, and I tried to pull myself back together. I'm like, well, hopefully she's still on, because this happened the other night when the water, and I was like, oh great, twice. And so yeah, thank you for handling it. But no, I got pretty flushed. Like just like I was just burning up for a split second, and then it passed.
Wow. Sorry I
I don't
did
know.
that.
No, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. I have no idea. I just like I said it. I mean, I don't know. It could be. It's been hot, really hot today.
Yeah, it
Maybe it was
has.
just kind of something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was just weird timing. I've never had that. And I was like, oh my god, I hope the microphone's off. But somehow I must have going for the waist scan. I must have like tripped over the power cord to, so I knocked it out. So I was like, really crap.
Did everybody hear me? I
Yeah,
wonder.
everybody else did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it definitely went sideways. Somebody said sideways interview. I've never had anything like that happen, but I have to say, Mark, hung in there like a champion. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I kept talking, even though there's some like quiet moments for a second.
That's okay. You're probably wondering where the heck I went to and what could possibly be taking so long. That's what I would be wondering. Like, was she coming
Well,
back
welcome
or?
back.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Oh
you're feeling
man.
better.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. But yeah. So, I mean, Lydia.
I told
Oh,
a couple of stories while you was going, but this might interest you. I just got done telling them I'm about 15 minutes from Muncie, Indiana. Does that ring a bell, Coley?
from where?
Muncie. I'm about 15 minutes away from Muncie, Indiana. Does that ring a bell, Muncie?
Hmm. That does kind of ring about Indiana, but I'm
Well,
not that far from Indiana.
when that was where it wasn't filmed there, but that's where they started out Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They used Muncie, Indiana.
Oh, okay. I've never watched it. Everybody says that they can't believe I said because it's never like it really is. But everybody said that one you need to watch. That one's really eerily similar. So I have it on my list.
Well, good. And Bob Ross, he lived there. Wish I
Oh
got the
yeah.
pleasure of meeting him.
Oh yeah.
And Jim Davis, the cartoonist for Garfield, he lives there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what's his Ross? Do you think he was a serial killer painting his, or was that just a
You
rumor,
know,
I guess?
was that what people were saying about him?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
That his pictures were supposed to be of the crime. I don't know. I've not like looked into it for detail, but that, and I think there was one
Uh,
like Garth Brooks was going, or some
I've heard that one.
happenings. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the local word on the street was there.
And I'm 30 minutes from the Randolph Infirmary where the Blondes and Blues went to investigate.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right in that area.
Yeah. I
See,
live in
I
that
went.
area somewhere.
Oh wow, because they had, it looks just like the Eidenberg Manor. I always talk. There must have
Oh,
been built like, because it was the same type of brick outside, but there it was a poor farm here at one time. But it looked
okay.
almost identical.
I know in Indianapolis they cut they knocked down the I think, the psych ward in Indianapolis, and they built apartments there, or they was going to build apartments. So I don't think I'd want to live in there.
No. No, absolutely not. And that's a really restless era. The 1800s is a very restless era.
Yeah.
There's anytime there's haunted places. I used to go before all the ET stuff. I would go in as a medium. So before even the team or ghost team would go, I'd go in and then tell them what I got out of it. And they used to have like historians. I used to look into it. Back in the day, I was pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
Huh.
Love to go with the haunted. The
I
more
used
activity.
to.
Did you? Do you?
I wouldn't do it now, but I used to. We'd go to graveyards, and like one night at Halloween, we went at midnight to that one. It's called Black Cemetery, and I wouldn't shut my car off. And
You
all I
wouldn't.
felt was, I just felt like, you know how the snow looks when it's piercing at you, when it's blowing and piercing your
Mhm.
windshield? Well, that's what I felt, spirits. I felt them coming that way to me.
Oh
And
wow.
I said, I'm not staying here. I was with a friend, or she wanted to. And she had a Ouija board.
Oh, there goes the
She was
Ouija
into
boards
that
again.
stuff too. Yeah. But yeah, I would not stay in there. And then we went to another cemetery, and that was it wasn't scary at all. But that Black Cemetery, which is between where I live and Muncie, is scary.
Oh yeah, I bet. Some of them are creepier than others. There's ones there was one that I first saw my UFO in. Went back to like the Civil War era. But usually I'm not creeped out by cemeteries, but this one was different. There's definitely something different about it.
Hmm. I know there was a paranormal team out there at that Black Cemetery, and they took a picture and they put it in the news, and all you see was little white orbs everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I still have that picture somewhere.
That's awesome. I have one where I caught a bunch of different colored ones too. It was the most I had ever seen. It was pretty cool. I said cemeteries that definitely, and I have this. You probably have seen me show it, like this thing coming out of a cocoon. It's really bizarre. I haven't been able to. I always ask people, "Do you think this is?" Because you hear cryptids that sound like this. It could be paranormal, or it could be. And somebody even said ET. I was like, I have no idea.
Huh.
I'll have to send it to you, see what you think.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I
Well,
really appreciate. Oh, sorry.
go
Go ahead.
ahead. I'm
No, I
sorry.
was gonna say I really appreciate you coming on and going through all this, your paranormal stuff. I'd like to um get kind of a panel of people that have been on from time to time and bring everybody together. I was thinking maybe I don't know if once every. I'd have to see it, so there's enough where it goes around that we kind of have a round table. Would you
I
ever be
think we need to
interested in
hear
that?
from Amy.
Oh yeah, Amy. Well,
Mm-hmm.
even oh, I tell Amy she always has an open place. Always has an open place. Definitely.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, and then we got Werewolf. He's coming up on Friday, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And anybody else who's interested, just go ahead and email me at I'll put it in the comments because it's cryptic, of course. I started off, I can never do anything simply. So what it stands for, what SNX actually stands for, is subnation, which is polymorphed for subliminal dissemination. And then I have the 8 because of the ET, see, and X is who you follow. So there's no explaining that. Once you hear it once, you wonder what the heck I'm talking about. But that's where the name came from. So
Okay.
I went, yeah, I know. So crazy. You can't even make it up.
Life
But
is
yes,
crazy.
life is crazy. That's
Yeah.
right. That is right. So I really appreciate you coming on. Is what would you like to say to the audience and leave the audience with until the next time?
Well, I love hanging out with you guys, and thanks for the support. And I really didn't want to be on camera, but
You did, and you
I
yeah,
braved it out.
yeah. See, and I said you look beautiful. I'm absolutely
No,
so glad that you did. Don't you feel
well, I
like you
lightened my
connected?
hair.
Like, no, I
What?
think that's awesome. That's awesome. And we can get you to come back for a panel
Um, maybe.
of people from the chat. Like we could get Juan or somebody who's people who've been on before. Or werewolf. It'd be nice. Then everybody kind of, if you'd be interested, or if paranormal one. You seem to be very connected in the
Oh,
paranormal. We'll entice you in with that. You can't just come on one time.
why
We'll hit
not?
you. You did wonderful.
Kind
You
of
did
bashful
wonderful.
here, but
Oh, but you did so wonderful. You did.
but
You
I think I
absolutely.
kept the audience a going with while you
Yeah,
was
that's
out sick.
impressive. Oh gosh. I've never had that happen. Nothing like that ever happened. So that to do that, that's skill right there. That is skill right there. So I appreciate that. And
You're welcome.
yeah, so I didn't want to interrupt. So for final thoughts with the audience, sorry.
Yep. Thank you, and I'm sure everybody here has had some sort of paranormal that they would like to share that I'd like to hear. So hint,
Do you think
hint.
that they should do it too? Would you encourage other people to do this?
Yes, I would. I would.
Pretty
Come
cool.
on, guys. You can
You
do
get
it.
It's hard at first, you gotta push past it, but look at what you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And you didn't
Uh,
I give you a lot of credit because you didn't even think twice when I asked you about it. You're like, "Yeah," so that's awesome. Very awesome. And 2, and then it helps it's so therapeutic just to get your voice out there, to story out there,
yeah.
your testimony of what ha it's very powerful.
Yeah, you're the first person that's ever asked me, so out of all the chat rooms I've been in.
Oh. Well, that's why I
Mhm.
think that's important to me, and then I know it's important. So as long as we can get people to come on Fridays, I want to leave it open and get to know our community because it's pretty cool. Everybody in chat,
Yeah.
everybody's awesome, and this just kind of gives then I think it would be really cool to connect and have, like, even when Pops comes on with the panel, it's so cool to get to put the faces to people's names, or
It is. I like
definitely.
it.
And I'm gonna try and get now that I haven't gone back to that, my MacBook's gone, I can I'm gonna work more on getting the live. Do you think live callers, do you think that would be a good way to get everybody connected too?
Probably there's some that won't wanna show their face, because I really thought about not doing it, showing my face, but I
I'm
did.
glad you did. Thank you, Benno. That was so sweet. And Benno, you should come on too. I asked Benno going back. I'll shoot you an email and hit you up also. But yeah, and then we got your YouTube. So definitely, Eloria. Did I say that wrong? Oh gosh, Loria, right?
Gloria. Yeah, I dropped the G
So
and put the E.
Eloria.
Believe it or not, my mom's name was Gloria.
Oh, Maria Loria. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and that's
But
what
yeah,
she named me.
oh, my grandmother, her name is so funny. Her name is Joseel. Now imagine that one. There's hardly any. So my uncle, he used to handle her bookwork, and I thought this was so funny. He's like, they'd be like, Joseel, you don't sound like a Joseel. And he's like, my dad's name was Joe, and my mom's name was Lucille, and I'm Josie. He came up with it off the top of his head, and I died laughing. I was like, man, right there. That's classic. But yeah, that it's a beautiful name, it really is. You
Well,
have a
thank
very
you.
beautiful name. And
I
you're a
I
very
used to not
beautiful
like it.
person. Oh, you didn't?
No, because everybody screwed up on my name, but now that I'm older, I'm glad I got a unique name, one of a kind.
Oh
Well,
gosh, everybody
I
screwed
wouldn't
up, and there
call it
here I am. Oh.
I wouldn't call it one of a kind because I've seen other Elorias. Maybe they don't pronounce it the same way, but it's spelt the same way.
Well, now I'm gonna have to I'm sorry. And here I am. So that's why you don't like your name, and here I mispronounced
No,
it.
I like it now. Oh, Pops, he does it. He says it
Yeah, he
right.
does. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. I've heard him say it. He'll go through and he definitely and I'm like, but every time I question, as soon as I question it, I mess it up. Hey JC. I like so I'm gonna have to like write myself a note because as soon as I have that bit of doubt in my head or I know I'm like, oh, it's so I'm gonna have to I have to get better at figuring this out. So
Hey guys, don't be afraid to share your experiences.
no,
I
absolutely not.
know we're in this group. We're all crazy, so come on.
Right. You're among your good people, your own kind, and it's not it and everybody thinks I'm like just it's kind of like you start to feel like you can just have a conversation with some of your friends and
Yeah.
it's not I try and make it people as comfortable as I possibly can so it's not as painful. It's not painful. I don't want you to leave here feeling like I want you to feel like you had a good experience.
No. I've always wanted to follow you, and I know it took me a while too, but
No,
you
I
have good
appreciate
guests
it.
on. I like
Oh,
your content.
thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And I always appreciate you coming in after and leaving a comment. And I
Hey,
really, really, really appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means. And even though you're working in chat and then afterwards Amy is amazing and Andrew and like other but I just really want to thank you for doing that and let you know I really from the bottom of my heart I do appreciate that.
no
It means a
problem.
lot.
You're
It means
worth
a
it.
lot. Thank you.
Like I said before, you need to be on this show to ex- what to you deserve it.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love the community. I said that everybody, and getting to know, and you get to know. It's like I see you in the chat, and I see everybody. I'm like, man, but I just, just so you know, that means I really do. Just the fact that because I know it's like you wait after, and then you leave that comment, and they're always so nice, and you're like Amy, you're very uplifting, and like always. I mean, it's cool. You're like, thank you for sharing this, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool to read. Just I really do. It lifts me up, and I appreciate that.
Well, if I can't say something nice about a person, I'm not going to say anything at all. So whatever I say, I mean it.
I know you do. I know you do. And it is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And I guess in closing, is there anything you wanted to leave the audience with until the next time?
Share your experiences, please. I want to hear them all.
Yes. So that is her request that others sign up. So we're going to have to see who is there like if you had to nominate 3, who would be the next nominations? Just in case we have
Um,
to use a little,
Coaxing,
Yes. Yes, you got it.
Amy. Hey, hit me up on Facebook, Amy.
Oh, is Amy on Facebook too?
Yeah, I sent
We
you a request. Yeah,
which
I got a yeah.
account?
Huh?
Which account?
Pardon?
I have 2. I have the Coley Weber one and I have Coley UFO. I'll look.
UFO.
Okay, I'll look for it.
UFO. It's a younger picture of me back in the day where I had dark hair and
Oh, I saw that though. You had emailed. I bet I'll recognize it.
yeah.
I didn't know Amy was on Facebook. And sorry, I didn't go and your other ones.
Amy, are you on Facebook?
It says I just have a journal with Facebook written. She's
Well,
funny. I have a journal with Facebook written on it. She's not on Facebook, I don't think. No,
I
that's
don't blame her.
hilarious.
Most of that stuff's on Facebook's lies anyway,
Yeah.
and people believe it. That's the scary thing.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is very much. But it's nice to have a place where you can connect. I think YouTube has a chat. You just have to send a link. I don't know
Oh,
how you do that, but yeah, is there did you have an email address or something you want me to share with everyone, or if anyone's interested in getting a hold of you, or just on YouTube? What would you prefer?
um, I I have an email. It's under my name,
Oh,
Eloria Neely at Gmail.
oh yes, I do. You know what? I have it. I'll go ahead and
You too, Barbara.
what's that?
I
Yeah.
told Barbara you too.
Oh, yeah. So I'll go ahead be more. It's and put that in there cuz I know, let's see. Is it just like there's no just how
All
it spells, right?
lowercasings. Yeah, it's all
Just
lowercase.
in one word. And then is there any numbers after it?
No.
No. So at gmail.com.
Yeah.
All right. So I put it in there, and that way anyone in chat, they will be able to get a hold of you. That'll be
All
nice.
right.
Reach out.
Thank you.
Yep. And I will let you get going for the night. And again, thank you so much for coming on and all you do. It's greatly appreciated. It
You're
really is.
welcome.
Thank you. And thank you to each and every one of you. And if you are interested in coming on, it's nice to see everybody. Love to get Blackie and Erica too. And we have Werewolf will be the next one on Friday. So go ahead. The email address is in there, and it's also in the description. And just shoot me an email, like I said, Friday. And if you need earlier, like you're down in Australia, like you want me to bump it up earlier, I have no problem doing that at all either. Great, Mr. Catfish, you should think about it too. Definitely. Really quickly, I wanted to thank Amy. Thank you so much, and welcome to the new SNX ground crew member. Benno, thank you so much for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. That's awesome. She had amazing aura. She's amazing. She really is amazing soul. And thank you again, Benno. I appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy the 4th. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. I can hear the fireworks going off in the background, so it's happening. So hopefully everybody's has a safe and happy spend some time with the family, maybe grill out, do some stuff. But we will be back again. I've got all the shows listed, and 2 next Wednesday. You guys might find it really interesting. There's a whistleblower from Google that I got, and he blew the whistle on AI and censorship and wrote the book. So you guys definitely are going to be wanted to check that one out, and that is next Wednesday. So, and then we got Corey and James. Unfortunately, Corey and James, they happened when the spill on the laptops. James is doing a clearing. I appreciate that, James. I really do. And Corey Good will be on. So we have some fun and exciting guests coming up this week. Stay tuned and be good to one another. Stay safe out there, and be seeing you soon.